Hello friends, in this lecture we will see questions based on the division algorithm, application based question on the division algorithm. So here is the very first question. If two zeros of a polynomial, if two zeros of a polynomial px is equal to 2x raised to 4 minus x raised to 4 plus 4x cube minus 8x square minus 12x plus 15. If two zeros of a polynomial px are plus minus root 3, that means one zero is root 3, another zero is minus root 3. This is the way to write two zeros together. If two zeros of a polynomial px equal to x raised to 4 plus 4x cube minus 8x square minus 12x plus 15 are plus minus root 3, then find the remaining zeros. Then find the remaining zeros. Okay, we have to find the remaining zeros. So let us see how to solve this. See, two zeros are given. X equal to root 3 is a 0, x equal to minus root 3 is also a 0. So x equal to root 3 and x equal to minus root 3 are zeros of px. Okay, now if you remember the factor theorem that says if x equal to a is a 0, then x minus a will be a factor of the polynomial. So here x equal to root 3 is a 0, so this implies x minus root 3 and x plus root 3 are factors of px. Okay, now if x minus 3 is a factor, x plus root 3 is a factor, then definitely their product will be a factor. Therefore I can say x minus root 3 into x plus root 3 is a factor of p of x. See, in this way, if I say 2 is a factor of 48, isn't it? 2 is a factor of 48. Similarly, 3 is a factor of 48. So, but obvious 2 multiplied by 3, that is 6, will be a factor of 48. In a similar way, here I have x minus 3 and x plus root 3. These two are the factors of px. So, definitely x minus root 3 multiplied by x plus root 3 will be a factor of the given polynomial. Okay, now if I simplify this, I can say x square minus root 3 square is a factor of px. Okay, which implies x square minus 3 is a factor of px. So here we have this information that x square minus 3 is a factor of the given polynomial. Now using this factor we have to obtain one more factor, and after obtaining that factor we will be able to find the remaining zeros. Now as x square minus 3 is a factor of the given polynomial, but obvious remainder will be 0, and when we divide this px by this x square minus 3, we'll get a quotient, and that will be actually other factor of the polynomial, and by factorizing that quotient we'll get the remaining two zeros of the given polynomial. So first of all, note it down up to this point, then we'll see the division algorithm. Okay, next we'll see. Okay, here I am writing now we divide px by x square minus 3. So let us see the division over here. So we'll divide. So for that we do write the divisor and the dividend polynomial at their respective positions. That also should be in the standard form. So here dividend in the standard form. Yes, it is in the standard form. But if we talk about the divisor, here this is the divisor, x square minus a. This is not in the standard form. So for that what you have to write, x square plus 0x minus 3. Okay, now let us see what we are going to get as a quotient polynomial. So here it should be x square. So here you will get x raised to 4 plus 0x cube minus 3x square. Okay, I'm repeating once again. To get the first term of the quotient, you have to divide the first term of the dividend by the first term of the divisor. Here I got x square. Now I will multiply x square in all three terms. X square multiplied by x square, x raised to 4. X square multiplied by 0x, that is 0x cube. X square multiplied by minus 3, so minus 3x square. Okay, now next we have to subtract. So minus plus plus, this will cancel out. Here I will get 4x cube. Here I will get minus 5x square. I will bring down one term. Okay, now next, to obtain the second term of the quotient, I will divide the first term of the new dividend by the first term of the divisor. So I will get plus 4x. So that is 4x cube plus 0x square minus 12x. Okay, so now I'll subtract here minus, minus and plus. This will cancel out. This will again cancel out. Okay, no, here I will get minus 5x square plus 0x plus 15. Okay, so next term should be here minus 5. So minus 5x square minus 0x plus 15. Okay, so ultimately I got remainder as 0. Okay, that should be the 0 because x square minus 3 is a factor of the given polynomial. So here I can write thus, by division algorithm I can write px. What division algorithm says? That divisor multiplied by quotient is equal to given polynomial. So px is equal to x square minus 3 multiplied by x square plus 4x minus 5. Now to get the remaining zeros, I have to take this equal to 0. Now for remaining zeros, let x square plus 4x minus 5 is equal to 0. Therefore now I have to split by splitting the middle term. So plus 5x minus x minus 5 is equal to 0. X is taken common, x plus 5 minus 1 is taken common, x plus 5 is equal to 0. Here x plus 5, x minus 1, so I'll get x equal to minus 5 or x is equal to 1. So here I can write, therefore remaining zeros are minus 5 and 1. Minus 5 and 1 are the remaining zeros of the given polynomial. Given condition was two zeros were given, and we have asked to find the remaining zeros. So remaining zeros are minus 5 and 1. So here you can say the degree of the given polynomial is 4. It's a biquadratic polynomial, so it has 4 zeros, plus root 3, minus root 3, minus 5 and plus 1. So please note it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, we'll see one more question of the similar type. Okay, next question is, now again two zeros are given but in a different way. Okay, so next question is, if two zeros of px is equal to, if two zeros of px is equal to 3x raised to 4, 3x raised to 4 plus 6x cube, 3x raised to 4 plus 6x cube minus 2x square, minus 2x square minus 10x minus 5 are plus minus root 5 by 3. Okay, two zeros are this, then find the remaining zeros, then find its remaining zeros, and find it remaining zeros. Okay, almost similar solution. Okay, two zeros are given. Over there zeros were definitely irrational, but only numerator was there. Here denominator is also irrational. So first of all we'll write root 5 upon 3. Okay, or better to write x equal to root 5 upon 3 and x equal to minus of root 5 upon 3 are zeros of px, just like the previous question. Okay, therefore I can say x minus root 5 by 3 and x plus root 5 by 3 are factors of p upon p of x. Okay, just almost similar to the previous sum. Over there in the previous question it was root 3 minus root 3. Here we have root 5 upon root 3, root 5 upon root 3. That is the only difference. So here again I can say, therefore x minus root 5 by 3 multiplied by x plus root 5 by 3 is a factor of px. Okay, therefore I can say x square minus root 5 by 3 whole square is a factor of px. Therefore I can say x square minus 5 upon 3 is factor of px. Okay, starting from this, these two are the zeros. Okay, so here I use actually factor theorem. Factor theorem says x equal to a is a 0, x minus a is a factor. If x equal to minus a 0, then x plus a is a factor. Using the same concept, I got that x minus root 5 and x plus root 5 are x minus root 5 by 3 and x plus root 5 by 3 are factors of px. So as these two are factors, their product must be a factor. Okay, now here I'd applied the identity of a minus b, a plus b, which is a square minus b square, x square minus 5, root 5 by 3 is a factor of px. Okay, now here I can simplify it further. I can write 3x square minus 5. Now one might say upon 3, so that you can skip, because ultimately when I make it 0, okay, I will get the 3x square minus 5. So therefore I can say 3x square minus 5 is a factor of px. Okay, so here I got one expression, that is 3x square minus 5, which is the factor of given polynomial. I will divide the given polynomial by this to get the quotient, and then by factorizing the quotient I will be able to find the remaining zeros. So first of all note it down, then we come to the division part. Okay, so now we'll divide. Now we divide px by 3x square minus 5. So let us see the division. Okay, so 3x raised to 4 plus 6x cube minus 2x square minus 10x minus 5, and over here we have 3x square plus 0x minus 5. As I told you, we have to write this in the standard form. Okay, 3x square plus 0x minus 5. Now we'll start. Okay, I committed a mistake. This actually I have to write below this line, because this is the dividend. So here we have 3x raised to 4 plus 6x cube minus 2x square minus 10x minus 5. Okay, so first term of quotient is x square. So 3x square into x square is 3x raised to 4. X square into 0x is 0x cube. X square minus 5 is minus 5x square. Minus minus plus. This will cancel out. 6x cube minus 0x cube is 6x cube. Here plus 3x square, I will bring down the one term, that is minus 10x. So this is the new dividend. Now to get the new divisor, what I will do, I will divide the first term of the new dividend by the first term of the divisor. So here I will get 2x. Okay, plus 2x, I will put plus 2x over here. Now 2x multiplied by 3x square is 6x cube. 2x multiplied by 0x is 0x square. 2x multiplied by minus 5 is minus 10x. Okay, so now I will subtract. For that I will revert the sign. As it is positive, I will make negative. This is negative, this is positive. So here these two will cancel out. 3x square minus 0x square is 3x square. minus 10x plus 10x, that is 0x, and then I will bring down the last term, that is minus 5. Okay, now to get the new term of the divisor, sorry, new term of the quotient, I will divide the first term of the new dividend by the first term of the divisor, and hence I will get 1, which is actually plus 1. Now I will multiply this 1 by these three terms. So 1 into 3x square remains 3x square, 1 into 0x remains 0x, 1 into minus 5 remains minus 5 only. Now on subtraction over here, I will get remainder as 0. Okay, so here I got remainder as 0. Now what next? Here now I can say this, what can I say? I can say this px is equal to, what is this polynomial, is equal to this divisor multiplied by this quotient, that is 3x square minus 5 multiplied by x square plus 2x plus 1. Now what we supposed to find? We have to find the remaining zeros. So these are two factors. This factor gave this 2 0 which was given in the question. Now definitely to get remaining 2 zeros, I have to factorize this polynomial, which is quotient polynomial. So to find the remaining zeros, for the remaining zeros, let x square plus 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, I will take that polynomial equal to 0. Now I have to find the factors. That means for that I have to split the middle term. So I can write x square plus x plus x plus 1, that is equal to 0. Now from first two I can take x common, so x plus 1. From these two I can take plus 1 common, in bracket again I get x plus 1 equal to 0. Now this gives me x plus 1 into x plus 1. So here we can say we will get two zeros which are going to the same. So now here I can say x plus 1 x is equal to minus 1. Okay, or better to write, okay, if I take x plus 1 equal to 0, or x plus 1 whole square is equal to 0, so which gives me x equal to minus 1. So and both zeros will be same, both value of both the zeros will be minus 1. So here I can say the remaining zeros of the given polynomial minus 1 and minus 1. So no need to say minus 1 and minus 1. Remaining two zeros are same and their value is minus 1. Okay, I hope you got this point, this concept. Same, it is almost similar to the previous sum. Okay, so please note it down, then we'll see the next question. See the next question. If polynomial px, if a polynomial px is equal to x raised to 4 minus 6x cube plus 16x square minus 25x plus 10 plus 10 is divided by another polynomial, is divided by another polynomial, is divided by another polynomial x square minus 2x plus k, then remainder comes out, then remainder comes out to be x plus a, then remainder comes out to be x plus a. Find the values of a and k. Okay, so this is the question. There is a polynomial. It is given that that polynomial px when divided by another polynomial, let gx, then the remainder is x plus a. So you have to find the values of a and k. Okay, then you have to find the value of a and k. Okay, so now we'll see how to get the values of a and k. For that, what we'll do, we'll divide the given polynomial by this and we'll obtain the remainder, and then we'll compare the remainder that we obtain with the given remainder. So let us see how to divide. So here x square minus 2x plus k, and over here we have x raised to 4 minus 6x cube plus 16x square minus 25x plus 10. Okay, x raised to 4 minus 6x cube plus 16x square minus 25x plus 10, and over here x square minus 2x plus k. So first term of the quotient is x square. So here I get x raised to 4, x square into x square is x raised to 4, then minus 2x cube, then plus kx square. Now I'll subtract. Let us see on subtraction. Here this will become negative, positive and negative. These two will cancel out. Minus 6x cube plus 2x cube minus 4x cube, and over here 16 minus k x square. Okay, now I will bring down next term, that is minus 25x. Now next term of the quotient will be minus 4x. So minus 4x cube. Okay, then plus 8x square, plus 8x square, then minus 4kx, minus 4kx. Okay, minus 4x into x square minus 4x cube minus 4x multiplied by minus 2x minus minus plus 2 4s are 8 x square. Similarly minus 4x multiplied by k minus 4kx. Now over here when I subtract, let us see what we'll get. Plus minus plus, this will cancel out. Now here I have 16 minus kx square minus 8x square. So if I take x square common, I will get this. Okay, so 16 minus k minus 8x square, that is 16 minus 8 is 8. So 8 minus kx square. So here I'll get 8 minus kx square. 8 minus k x square, and over here I will get 4k minus 25 x. Okay, plus 4k, if I take common 4k, so 4k minus 25 x, and I will bring down the next term, that is 10. Now this is, now next term of the quotient is 8 minus k. So 8 minus k x square, 8 minus k x square. Now 8 minus k into x, sorry, 8 minus k multiplied by minus 2x. So this gives you minus 16, minus 2 into minus 8, minus 16 plus 2k x. Okay, that means 2k minus 16x. Here I can write plus 2k minus 16x x. And finally, when I multiply 8 minus k with k, I will get 8 minus k plus I can write 8k minus k square. 8k minus k square. Now on subtraction, here it will become negative sign, here it will become negative sign, here it will become negative sign. So these two will cancel out each other. Now here 4k minus 25, if I write this in this way, 4k minus 25 x minus 2k minus 16 x. Now if I take x common, so 4k minus 25 minus 2k plus 16 x. So 4k minus 2k is 2k, and over here minus 9. So ultimately I'll get 2k minus 9x. And on subtracting 2k minus 16 from 4k minus 25, I'll get 2k minus 9x. Okay, here I'll get 2k minus 9x. 2k minus 9x. And over here what I'll get 10 minus 8k plus k square. Okay, 10 minus 8k plus k square. So this is the remainder that we obtain, and this is the remainder that is given in the question. So here I will write here remainder is 2k minus 9x plus 10 minus 8k plus k square, but remainder is x plus a. Okay, now if I compare these two remainders, so here coefficient of x is 1 and here coefficient of x is 2k minus 9. Now these two are same, it means 2k minus 9 must be equal to 1. This gives you the value of k, and a must be equal to this. And when I put the value of k, which I will get by equating these two, I'll put over here to get the value of a. Okay, so note it down, then I will give you the remaining steps of the solution. Okay, on comparing the coefficients, we get what we get 2k minus 9 is equal to 1 and a is equal to 10 minus 8k plus k square. Okay, these two things will get. Now 2k minus 9 is equal to 1, therefore 2k is equal to 10, therefore k is equal to 5. Okay, now a is equal to 10 minus 8k plus k square, therefore a is equal to 10 minus 8 into 5 plus 5 square, which gives you a is equal to 10 minus 40 plus 25. So 25 plus 10, 35. So ultimately a is equal to minus 5. Okay, here by comparing the coefficient, x is equal to 1, a is equal to this. Now when x equal to 2k minus 9 is equal to 1, so 2k gives you 10 and k equal to 5. After getting the value of k, we put that value over here to obtain the value of a. K equal to 5 and a equal to minus 5. So please note it down. Okay, then we'll see the next question. Okay, now we'll see uh, one question on the cubic polynomial and its properties. Properties, that means relation between the zeros and its coefficients, but question is based on cubic polynomial. So question is, find the zeros of the polynomial, find the zeros of the polynomial px equal to px is equal to x cube minus 5x square minus 2x minus 5x square minus 2x x cube minus 5x square minus 2x plus 24 if it is given that, or if the product of two of its zeros is, if the product of two of its zeros is 12. Okay, so it is given the product of two zeros of this cubic polynomial is 12 and you have to find its zeros. So let us see its solution. Let zeros of px be alpha, beta and gamma. Now product of two of its zeros is given, that might be alpha beta, might be beta gamma, might be alpha gamma, whatever, any two zeros. So here I'm considering alpha beta is equal to 12. Okay, alpha into beta equal to 12 is given, and we have to find all three zeros. So also here, see, if I compare the given polynomial with the standard polynomial, I can obtain the value of a, b, c, d. Okay, so here also on comparing px with standard form, we get a is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 5, c is equal to minus 2 and d is equal to 24. Okay, on comparing the given polynomial with the standard form, we get a, b, c, d. Now we know there are some relationships between the rows and its coefficients. Zeros we consider alpha, beta, gamma. Coefficients we have a, b, c, d, whose values we have. So very first relation between alpha, beta and gamma is alpha plus beta plus gamma. Okay, there is a another relation, that is alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha, and the third relation is alpha beta gamma. So we'll start with the third one. Now alpha beta gamma is equal to what? Minus d upon a. Okay, here alpha beta is given 12 multiplied by gamma. Now what is the value of d? 24. What is the value of a? That is 1. So here I can say gamma is equal to minus 2. So here we got the value of 1, 0. Among 3 we got the value of 1. Okay, now there is one more relation. We'll use that. Now alpha plus beta plus gamma is equal to minus b upon a. Okay, so I can say, therefore I can say alpha plus beta plus minus 2. Now what is the value of b? It is minus 5. Minus of minus 5. A is 1. So here alpha plus beta minus 2 is equal to 5. So ultimately alpha plus beta is equal to 7, or I can conclude beta is equal to 7 minus alpha. Okay, other words I can say I have the value of alpha into beta, I have the value of alpha plus beta. Now using these two I have to obtain the value of alpha and beta. So here I got beta equal to 7 minus alpha. Now I put this beta equal to 7 minus alpha over here. By doing so I'll get a quadratic polynomial into alpha, and by solving that I will be able to get the value of alpha, and after getting alpha, placing that value over here, I will get the value of beta. So please note it down, then we'll see how to solve it further. Okay, that was equation number 1. Okay, so now putting beta is equal to 7 minus alpha in first, we get what we get: alpha multiplied by 7 minus alpha equal to 12. That is 7 alpha minus alpha square is equal to 12. So 7 alpha minus alpha square minus 12 equal to 0. So here I get minus alpha square plus 7 alpha minus 12 is equal to 0. Okay, so ultimately what I get over here, alpha square minus 7 alpha plus 12 is equal to 0. Okay, alpha square I multiplied by minus sign. Why? Because I want to make it positive. So when I multiply with signs, minus 1 sign of each term will reversed. Now alpha square minus 3 alpha minus 4 alpha plus 12 equal to 0. On taking alpha common, I'll get alpha minus 3 minus 4 alpha minus 3 is equal to 0. So alpha minus 3 alpha minus 4 is equal to 0. So we know how to solve this. So here now alpha minus 3 equal to 0 or alpha minus 4 equal to 0. So alpha is equal to 3 or alpha is equal to 4. Okay, so there are two possible values of alpha, and that, see, if I put alpha equal to 3 over here, okay, so what I get beta, therefore beta is equal to 4 or beta is equal to 3. So I can say thus zeros are 3 comma 4, and what was the very first zero, what was the value of gamma? That was minus 2, I think. Okay, it was alpha beta gamma is equal to, yes, that was minus 2. Okay, so these are the zeros are this 3, 4 and minus 2. Okay, so without actually using these relations between zeros and coefficient, we got the zeros of the polynomial. So please note it down, then we'll see one more question. Okay, so next question is find the zeros of find the zeros of find the zeros of x cube minus 5x square minus 16x plus 80 minus 16x plus 80 if its two zeros are if its two zeros if its two zeros are equal in magnitude but opposite in sign. Okay, find the zeros of x minus 5x square minus 16x plus 80 if its two zeros are equal in magnitude but opposite in sign. So first of all, this is a cubic polynomial. Over here it should be given that it's a cubic polynomial, but right now consider this is a cubic polynomial. Now two of its magnitudes are equal in opposite and opposite in equal in magnitude and opposite in sign. That means if one zero is 3, another zero is minus 3. If one zero is 7, then another zero will be minus 7. So here we'll consider, let the one zero is k, then another zero will be minus k. So let zeros be alpha, beta and gamma. Then alpha also let alpha equal to k, then beta is equal to minus k. Okay, now two zeros are opposite in magnitude, equal in magnitude, opposite in sign. Here a is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 5, c is equal to minus 16 and d is equal to 80. That means on comparing the given polynomial with the standard form, I'll obtain the value of a, b, c and d. Now alpha plus beta plus gamma is equal to minus b upon a. Now alpha is k, beta is minus k and gamma we have to obtain minus b, that is minus of 5, a is 1. So here I can say k minus k plus gamma is equal to 5, therefore gamma is equal to 5. So here I obtain the 1 0. Now I'll try to get the values of alpha and beta. Okay, so let us see. Now alpha, beta, gamma is equal to minus d upon a. So alpha is k, beta is minus k, gamma is 5 minus 80 upon 1. Okay, so here you will get minus k square multiplied by 5 is equal to 80. So k square is equal to 16, which gives you k is equal to plus minus 4. Now that means I say if k is equal to plus 4, if I take k equal to 4, then alpha is 4, beta is minus 4, and if I take k is minus 4, then minus 4, beta is 4. So here I can say therefore alpha is equal to 4 or minus 4 and beta is equal to minus 4 or 4. So finally I can say this zeros of this polynomial are plus 4, minus 4 and 5. Okay, so please note it down. So this is all about today's lecture, as well as this chapter is over. Now in next lecture we will start new chapter, that is linear equation in two variable. Till then, bye, thank you, take care, stay at home.